Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be going through my morning and nighttime skincare routine using the ordinary 100% L-Ascorbic acid powder. Since I did my updated review, I've been getting lots of questions still about this because I know it is a confusing one. So I'm just going to show you how I use it in my routine in different ways. I did a video which I'll link down below where I kind of did a morning skincare routine and used this as a cleanser slash mask, so I will link that review down below. So that's another way that you can use this. I've already had a shower and I actually didn't use a cleanser on my skin this morning because it's a little bit dehydrated, so I just did like a water cleanse with a washcloth. So just wipe a washcloth over my face, and that just removes any oil residue from products from the night before and just gently cleans my skin without drying it out too much. Because I'm focusing on hydration, the first step in this routine is going to be some hyaluronic acid. You can use any hyaluronic acid you like. I've got this one from Glossier, which I really like. Now, lots of questions I was also getting on the other video was for specific products. You know, people saying, can I mix it with this product? And I might not know what that product is or what's in that product. So if you have got like a particular moisturizer or essence or something that you want to mix this with, then I suggest that you go to the video. I'll link it up above. I'll also put it in the description box, and make a note of the ingredients that I suggested that you shouldn't mix this with. Make a note of them and then just check if any of those ingredients are in the product that you are thinking of mixing it with, and that will give you a better idea, because otherwise it would involve me kind of going away, Googling the product, looking at the Inky list myself to be able to answer the thing, and I'm unfortunately not able to do that most of the time. So that will just make it a little bit easier for you. In terms of layering it with the hyaluronic acid, you know, you could mix this with something and put it straight on your skin. I just want some added hydration, so I'm putting on the hyaluronic acid first, but you don't necessarily have to do it in that routine. I'm going to mix this with some moisturizer. So if you wanted to mix it with a moisturizer, you could literally just go in straight with that to get the vitamin C on your skin immediately if you don't need extra hydration like I do. There are many things that you can mix it with. This mixes very well with the ordinary squalane. Any type of squalane is really, really good. The ordinary resveratrol and ferulic acid is something that you can mix this with. You can mix this with any type of oil, whether it's rosehip oil or something like that. So you can definitely do that. I would just avoid overly perfumed essential oils. So I'm going to use this much on the end, the flat end, the handle of the spoon. That's actually quite a lot. You can kind of see there. You could probably get away with using half of that. Another question that I get asked a lot is regarding the pH of the vitamin C when you mix it with other products. Don't worry about the pH being low enough to work in your skin. Now, because you're mixing something with the pure L-Ascorbic acid powder, the pH is always going to be low enough. I mean, the spoon, even if you kind of use the powder very, very sparingly, the spoon still kind of brings out enough that you're going to get a potent dose of vitamin C on your skin. So don't worry about what you mix it with and if it's going to be low enough to work on your skin, because it definitely will. That's the moisturizer that I'm mixing it with. So you can kind of see there, and I just do this in my hands. This is going to make my skin red, which is perfectly normal. And then I'm just going to press it at first. Now, One thing that I forgot to do, which I probably should have done, is just popped on a little bit of eye cream first. Eye cream is a non-essential step in your skincare routine. My skin's kind of used to the vitamin C, even though you can see it's going quite red now. That will go down now, I promise. If you put on a little bit of eye cream first, it just creates a buffer around the eye area. So if the product moves around, the vitamin C moves around whilst it's on your skin somehow, which it sometimes does, especially if it's with an oil, and it gets kind of not in the eye but closer to the eye area, by applying a little bit of eye cream first, it will just create a buffer and just protect the delicate eye area from any irritation. Lots of people are asking me if they can mix it with essences. You can mix it with essence. Just again, avoid the things that I said in the other video, things such as peptides are not particularly good according to the research that I've done from The Ordinary. I don't know if I mentioned, this is just another layer of the moisturizer on top now, because my skin is dry. You can mix this directly with hyaluronic acid. That definitely will work. Just bear in mind that if your skin is not used to this, if you mix it with a water-based product, it's going to activate very, very quickly in the skin, which is going to make you more prone to irritation and less compared to if you mix it with an oil or a cream or something like that. So just kind of bear that in mind. There's still a big debate as to whether you can mix this with niacinamide or not. I just personally steer clear of mixing this with niacinamide. I steer clear of mixing it with AHA, BHA exfoliators, and I steer clear of mixing it with retinol. It's not to say that you can't use these things. You can use these things, but just in a separate routine. This is just SPF that I am putting on top. Always wear SPF when you are using vitamin C. You should be wearing SPF anyway. If if you're using something like vitamin C, it means that you care about your skin and you're trying to look after it. So if you're in that frame of mind where you're trying to look after your skin, then the first thing that we should do is use an SPF regardless of whether we're using vitamin C or not. That's my routine finished. It's quite simple. I just cleansed my skin with water and a washcloth, but you can go in with a gentle cleanser if that's what you need, if your skin is oily, or for whatever reason you just want to give your skin a proper cleanse in the morning, that's absolutely fine. So that's it for now. I will be back later on to do my evening skincare routine using the vitamin C powder. Okay, so it's now Sunday night and I am back to do my evening skincare routine. Now, when you are using this in the evenings, I think that that is a good time to tackle things like hyperpigmentation, brown spots, uneven skin tone. If that is something that you're looking to address, I would choose to do that in your nighttime routine rather than your daytime routine. Obviously, it will work on all of those things during the day, but I think that you do need to make sure that this is a little bit stronger if you are looking to tackle those kind of skincare concerns. I'm going to start by giving my face a quick cleanse. I've got a cream cleanser that I'm going to use. I've got some sunscreen, a little bit of light makeup on my face, basically just some concealer. So I will give my face a thorough but gentle cleanse just to get that off, and then we'll get started with the rest of the routine. As it's the weekend, I'll go in with one of my more luxurious cleansers. I've got the African Botanics Fleur de Rose Cream Cleanser, which I absolutely love, and it's almost run out. I posted a empties video today. It went up, and in the video I was going through the different products that I've used up recently. I will actually link the video up above. And I used up a couple of African Botanics products, which I was really sad about, and now this one is coming to an end as well. But I really like it because it just smells absolutely delicious. But I think the main takeaway for you guys is that before you're doing this vitamin C nighttime routine, you just want to use a nice, gentle but thorough cleanser that's going to, cleanse your face but without interfering with the natural barrier function too much, so you don't want an exfoliating cleanser or anything too harsh or aggressive, and preferably something that's not highly perfumed or anything like that. You want to keep it as gentle as possible. So now I've kind of done the initial massage over my face. I'm going to emulsify it with some water, and then I will just wipe over with a damp washcloth. Okay, so now that face is cleansed, I'm going to go in with a layer of hydration. So I'm going to use the Hada Labo Tokyo hyaluronic acid. So this will just help keep the skin hydrated. You do not have to do this. You know, you have got the option of mixing the vitamin C with this hyaluronic acid. That's just personally not something that I want to do. I prefer to mix it with a slightly richer product that's going to activate slightly slower in the skin. I mentioned that in my last routine, and obviously hydration is particularly important to me as my skin gets dehydrated. So that is just a step that I like to do before, but you don't have to do that. I'm going to add a little bit of eye cream. This is just the Glossier Bubble Wrap. But you're welcome to use any eye cream that you like, as long as it's just, you know, not something that is full of actives, as I mentioned with the cleanser. So that's eye cream done. And now we're going to go in with the vitamin C. Just to let you know though, I've been using niacinamide essence. This is the Galacto Niacin 97 Power Essence from Purito. I love to use niacinamide in my skincare routine now. So this is something that I save for different routines when I'm not using vitamin C. I'm just not going to mix it together. So you can use all of these things, but I would just keep them to separate routines. In terms of the quantity for the vitamin C, I am going to use around the same amount as I used in the morning routine. But if it's something that you're looking to do, if you want a stronger solution, then the evening is the time to do it rather than the day, as I've already mentioned. So as you can see, if that's focusing, I hope it is, it's around the same amount that I used in the morning. Now, the only difference is that I'm going to mix this with a face oil right now. As I mentioned before, squalane's really good. The rosehip oil from The Ordinary is also really good. I've got this Votary Superseed face oil. This is just something that I've got here, so I'm going to use this, providing it comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have used 6 drops. I'm actually going to use 1 more, 2 more. So that's 8 drops. That's a lot more oil than I would usually use, if you can see that. But I feel like when you're mixing it with the powder, you do need to use a little bit more, because obviously the powder is going to thicken whatever it is that you mix it with. And I can almost feel it is slightly grainy, almost. The powder dissolves very, very quickly and easily, no matter what you mix it with. But it will kind of, yeah, thicken it up a little bit and will feel a tiny bit gritty. And you can kind of slightly work out like the percentage that you're going to get. You know, so if you've got whatever you're mixing it with, if you've got like a quarter of that amount is the powder, then you know that you're going to get like, you know, a 25% vitamin C. This is obviously speaking in very kind of broad terms, not specific, not exact. But yeah, that kind of gives you a rough idea of how much you're going to get. And then that will just kind of activate reasonably slowly in the skin, but it will activate very, very nicely in the skin. I've added a water-based serum underneath, so that water-based serum will also help activate the vitamin C in my skin. You can obviously take it down your neck as well if you wish, but that's probably not something that I would do. I would use a milder vitamin C serum from The Ordinary, something that's gentler I would put that on my neck. I wouldn't feel comfortable putting the L-Ascorbic acid on my neck, but that all depends on you, the skincare concerns that you're looking to address in your own particular routine. But that's it. That's a morning and evening skincare routine using the L-Ascorbic acid powder from The Ordinary. They're quite simple routines. There are so many different ways that you can do them, but hopefully this just shows how you can use it in the different stages. I know it's a bit of a confusing one to know what to mix it with and which order to mix it with and that kind of thing. So hopefully that just helps make it a little bit easier for you to use it yourself. So that's it for now. I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one.